welcome to Sports with Chef. I'm Shafali Gokhale, and we've been joined by Mitula. She's an international badminton player, and we're going to be discussing general badminton, her badminton story, journey, achievements, ups and downs, injuries, how they affect players, and then we'll talk. We'll briefly touch upon inclusion in badminton and the upcoming Olympics. I'm sure you're excited about that. So, Mitula, tell us about yourself.
First of all, thank you so much for having me here, Shafali. It's a wonderful privilege to have a platform to talk on. And a little about myself. I am an international badminton player. I play doubles. So I started off playing doubles from when I was in, say, under 15 or under 17. And that's pretty early considering badminton as an overall singles oriented sport in our country.
Yeah, okay.
And I've been consistently winning on doubles championships from under 13. That is since 2012. Every year, I've consistently won in my own category plus the category above. I created a record by being the first player to win 3 events in the same championship.
Right.
The under 19 girls doubles, under 19 mixed doubles, and the under 17 girls doubles. And I'm also the first player to play 3 event finals for 2 consecutive years in championships, in the junior championships.
Yeah.
And lastly, I won a bronze medal in the senior national championships with my injury as well. So that would be my last major achievement before
Right.
COVID happened. Those were the tournaments that were happening then. Now there haven't been that many tournaments.
Right, right. So a lot of our followers actually wanted to know, about so you said that, you won a lot of finals, and have there been cases where you've participated in a really like this exciting tournament and you couldn't give your best performance, or there was like a low that you hit? So, I mean, you spoke about your injuries, so we could get into that as well, but just take us through your general, say, lows, and then also, the injury.
So actually there were a few tournaments, in fact, early on in my doubles career before all of these 3-3 finals and stuff happened, where I was performing really well and I was playing well, and me and my partner were doing really, really well in the senior category. And we sort of got a little overconfident with that, and we started, going easy. And we ended up losing a very, very easy match for us. So it's considered easy for us because we were playing juniors, and we ended up losing. And because of that loss, we were not selected for one of the international teams, and that really hit us very, very hard. And from then, we just took it on, and from there we pretty much won every single time we played in our own category, and we were consistently in the finals, if not winning, in the senior category. So I think that was one of the losses early on in my career. And as far as my as far as my injury is concerned, it's been an ongoing injury for a very long time. So I first had this injury in 2018, and it was a very hard injury to diagnose because it's a very rare, almost 1 in a million sort of a case, and it's not common amongst badminton players, not common against females who are 18, and there's not much research on that case. So that has been an on and off thing that has been happening. So yeah. When an athlete is affected with an injury, especially when you're in your peak, like when I got my injury, I was entering the senior category, you per se. Like even though I was, say, in my first year of under 19, I was already being selected for like senior camps and senior tournaments, and like representing India at the senior level. And that was happening, that would have boosted my career even before I became senior, right? Before I entered the major categories. And I was affected at that point. So first of all, there was that demoralizing effect where, suddenly you were on a fast track to achieving everything, but then you are like sitting back and now you don't know what's happening. And obviously you are also wondering on the other side that there are other people who are going to perform well or probably even get better than you. And then there's also your partner who you feel bad for because, you all were doing really well together. And then suddenly that person's left without a partner, and even their career is somewhat impacted by that.
Mm-hmm.
And individually, for me, it was also very stressful because that waiting period of when you're going to get back on court, or like when there's a proper diagnosis. In my case specifically, like it took almost 3 to 4 months to get a good enough diagnosis.
Mm-hmm.
And every time I go to the doctor, they're like, no, it's fine, you'll start playing in another week. In fact, I did end up playing one tournament even in between that entire diagnosis period. And things got worse because of that, because nobody knew what was going to happen.
Right.
And so that waiting game that happens is really, really bad, and it's really, really tolling. Even though injuries are hard and painful, there's always something that we learn from them. And I've become a lot more stronger than what I was, and I've become a lot more mature than what I was before. I've
Right.
learned a lot of things that were, that I was not knowing about before through this whole period. And I've also learned how strong I can be, because I never expected myself to handle pain in that way. And I never expected, to find loopholes or to find areas through which I could compensate for the losses that I was feeling.
Right.
And yeah, and even though it was a little hard to, digest at first, but over time it became easy to live with and to understand what I can do and where I can do it.
Right.
So
Right.
I think that is one of the advantages of an injury, though it is sad to say that way. But I think that growth happens only when you have an injury as serious
Right.
as this. I hope not everybody has that,
For
because it's
sure.
better not to have to do. So I'll talk about the first tournament in which I played 3 finals. It was the national championship. And I won't talk about the finals game. I'm going to talk about the previous day. So on that day we had the quarterfinal as well as the semi-final. And I was still in my under 17 first year, I guess. Yeah, I think it was that year. And so I was going to play against, obviously, people who are older than me in both the categories that I was playing.
Right.
And yeah, and so evidently all the matches were 3 games, and which is the badminton rules. That's 21-3, and I had 6 matches that day. So the first 3 matches are okay, because you still have energy and you're still going and all that's happening. So, and there was not much break as well, because normally between the quarterfinal and the semi-final, they have the 2 sessions divided normally. So what happens is you get at least 3 to 4 hours in between those 2 sessions before the semi-final starts. But I think both me and Satvik that day were playing 6 matches. So we ended up having very little break between the quarterfinal and the semi-final.
Okay.
And so what happened was, I had, say, 1 hour to have lunch, and then immediately start off the next match. And I think the most funniest thing was when I was playing one match, they were calling my name for the next match.
Oh.
Yeah, and like that, it ended up till like very late in the night, and it was like super, super duper exhaustive. And by the end of the day, you're just like, how many more do I have to do? But I just kept going and going and going, almost without, I remember the last match of that day, I had no strength. Like I couldn't even get up to like stretch before the match. I was so tired. And I was like, okay, let's just go in and finish this and come out. It's okay, even if I lose, it doesn't matter. But then I don't know how I found the strength to play that day. I really don't. Nor the next, because that day itself was very exhausting. And I somehow won that match, luckily, in straight sets. Both, actually, I would say my partner too was extremely tired herself.
Yeah.
But we pulled it off really, really well. And then I think that was a miraculous moment for me in losing. Yeah. The most fun I had was in my first senior representation. That was the Asian Team Championships. It's like the qualifiers for Thomas and Hoover Cup finals. And in that team, there was Sindhu Di, Ashwini Di, and Sikki Di, and all of them. And that one week, I got to spend the entire time with Sindhu Di. Like, I was always with her when she was preparing for a match, and like her training, and like even we used to like go out shopping and city, and it was like super duper fun. And it was also a very humbling experience because I got to see players, like the topmost players from other countries as well, play on court. And it was a, for me, it was like the fangirling moment because I could see my favorite players up front, which normally I would just watch on TV. Right. So I guess that was the most fun I had in a tournament where I didn't play any matches. Actually, you know, the fascinating thing that even I found out over there was that we both were born on the same date.
Yeah, I saw that.
She's exactly like 5 years older than me. So like we both are born on 5th July. Yeah. So cool. And, like, I expect them to play really, really well, especially with how Satvik and Chirag were performing before the whole COVID thing happened. I think they were really, really good and they were doing really, really well internationally. So I won't say whether they'll win a medal or not because that depends completely on how things go at the Olympics. But I believe that they're going to give their best and they're going to do really, really well over there. One good thing about badminton and in India, especially for athletes, is that we have more female athletes who are in the media than male athletes. Right. So the ratio is at least always equal, if not more.
Mm-hmm. Right.
In that way, badminton has always been a very strong women-oriented sport than men. Probably now it's a little shifting towards the men because we have Satvik Chirag and we also have the senior singles players. We have other players who are coming up. But on the whole, if we look at it, it's always, you know, been a little more towards the female side of the sport.
Right. So that must have helped you though, right? When you were younger to see representation in the media for you to know that this is an ideal that I'd like to achieve. Because I feel like I didn't do a proper outro at all, but I'll just say thank you. Really, this was a very, very enriching opportunity. Like I already said, it was a very positive interaction, and for you to see how you for us to see how you handle your injury so maturely and how you generally look at your sport in such a refined manner is just very inspiring. And keep doing what you're doing, and I really, really, really pray for the speediest recovery for you.